niggas could say I'm bugging, whatever. But to me, next season, I can't just say, oh, that's KD's team. I can't say that anymore. I'm sorry. Home is a monster. Home has deserved the right to say, yo, this is my team. If Home want to say that, so Home is relentless, yo. I ain't see, yo, Home, and I used to not fuck with Home. You know I ain't fuck with Home.
But you gotta remember.
You know I ain't fuck with Home.
You gotta remember KD got hurt. Remember how KD was lighting shit up.
I'm not denying that, son.
So, one man goes down, another one has to stop.
Yes, but the manner in which he stepped up.
And what's up? It's Politic Ditto. Bam, it's your boy.
Just E.
And we got Milo in the background, but talking about the whole KD thing with Russell Westbrook. Milo chiming that he thinks that KD got to hand the game over, hand the torch over, basically like the leader of the team. You basically said.
I did not say that at all.
You're saying he's a monster. He got your respect more so than.
Okay, clarify your statement then, please.
All I'm saying is that boy Russell Holmes is so serious that KD, when he come back, Russell got the right to say, "Yo, this is my team."
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
KD can say, "Yo, it's my team too," though. But it's equal ground. It ain't just
no.
To me, it's your home.
Okay. Well, first of all, if the statement "this is my team" can be shared, then that means it has no value. Okay, because to be able to say "this is my team," because the whole reason why, for instance, Jamie, you would say, "Yo, babe, this is my house," is because I can't say, "Nigga, this is my house." You know what I mean? So
you know what? If Holmes doesn't want to be Robin no more, I ain't mad at him. Before I used to be mad at him when he was like, I don't want to be Robin. I'm shooting all the time. I don't care. And I used to be like, yo, pass the ball to KD, whatever, and be mad at him. Now, if he don't want to be Robin no more, I ain't mad at him. I don't care. I don't care if he shoots more shots than KD. I don't care.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, so this is episode 3 of Politic Ditto. We have a new digs for this play we're a new recording spot. We had to move up. We had East crib. Why are we at your crib?
Because we're doing it in Brooklyn today.
So we got a slight Brooklyn tinge. You know what? And it's fitting because we actually have a Jamaican sitting in. So it's only fitting that in Brooklyn we have a yard man sitting in. I mean, you see how all this shit comes together, even
though it's Haitian territory, more yards are in the Bronx, but
okay.
You know.
And I got a slight carve. You gotta forgive me today.
So when I was in Toronto, I heard the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Yo, I was on stage. I was not on stage, but I was at the Morgan Heritage Concert, the Jamaican group, and these dudes before they came on. These two West Indian Canadian dudes, one was like bigging up all the West Indies, you know what I mean, whatever. And this Haitian dude was like, yo, I don't like how people don't big up Haiti, yo. Y'all big up the West Indies, but you don't big up Haiti. And the other dude was like, well, Haiti's not part of the West Indies. It's only part of the Caribbean. And I say, yo, I've never heard such nonsense in my life.
Well, there is technically a Caribbean and technically the West Indies.
I looked it up. It's not. It's just when they refer to certain things. The West Indies is in the Caribbean Sea.
Right, but isn't Puerto Rico Caribbean? But it's not the West Indies.
Puerto Rico is owned by...
But the West Indies, I thought, were some islands, a part of islands.
Yeah, the West Indian Islands, yeah.
Right.
But the West Indian... But Panama is also considered West Indian as well. Hold on, let me see. Well, what it is...
I mean, Panama Goo, shout out to Panama Goo. He's West Indian, right? That's why you and him have kindred spirits, right?
Indeed, shout out to my G.
Well, so we're in Brooklyn recording. Also, we got to record in Brooklyn because our father-in-law, who, by the way, lives in Panama. This nigga doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? And we got to go to Panama because...
We've been saying we need to go to Panama for quite some time.
He's just so expensive. He's just so fucking expensive.
Everything's expensive nowadays, I tell you.
Yeah, but... So I think on this episode, there's been a lot happening in Newsy. We have... washed up niggas from the 80s. We're going to talk about, we got Trump and Cosby, touch on that a little bit. I don't think have any cops killed any niggas in the past week, you know?
No, but they're burning black churches, unfortunately.
Yeah. And we could talk about the MAOE, but first let's talk about this.
Start with Trump.
Let's start with Trump. Yeah, let's start with
Trump.
Well, what are your?
I know that he lost his endorsements from Macy's, NBC, Kodak, ESPN. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. And he's trying to stick with these racist accusations they're not accusations, they're statements that he's making, and he's really, really standing by them. Yeah. And he said that if he knew that the construction workers that are helping build his hotel in D.C. were illegal, he would fire them. As if he doesn't know.
Yeah. I mean, okay, well, just so people who are out there who don't know, the statements Trump made, this paraphrase, was basically that our borders are porous and that the Mexican government is just sending people across the border who are the undesirables from their own country, like the rapists, the murderers, the killers, and those people are infiltrating our borders. And he's using anecdotally that the fact that a Mexican who had been deported 5 times killed this like white chick out in
Texas?
No, it was in California. But the crazy thing, he killed her with a Fed gun.
Yeah, because he
said he found it, which I kind of believe he might have found it. Now, whether he meant to do it, I don't know, but it's a Fed gun.
He didn't mean to do it, he was just shooting.
He said he picked it up, and while he picked it up, it went off.
Yeah.
So now, I don't know enough about that, and I don't care about that. You have a Fed gun, and you've been 5 times deported. Either they set you up because you've been deported so long, they're like, yo, we got to get this nigga with some murder charges, so we got to, like, give him the gun. Or, you know what I mean, there's some delinquent Fed out there who gun was, you know what I mean, just haphazardly left around someplace. So,
Trump.
All right, yeah, so basically what Trump said was that, you know, Mexico is sending all the undesirables here, and because the Mexican community, to me, in my opinion, Eric, translates so much more onto the greater Latino community. Like, when you say something against Mexicans, like, all of a sudden, they could say, oh, you say something against Latinos.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the Puerto Rican hear that and be like, yo, fuck E. Yeah. Whereas it was able to transfer to, like, I mean, I know Univision is Mexican, but there's other shit where I'm sure there was other Latin interests.
Because their land got stolen from here.
I agree 100%. But my whole thing is, this same motherfucker was saying Obama's from, you know, Africa, was born there. And there was no pushback on that kind of, like, rhetoric, but...
Laid out racist.
Yeah, but on this...
And he runs for president. This is what amazes me.
But on this, there seemed to be...
Because enough is enough, yo. Niggas tired of him, man. All he does is talk. You want to run for presidency? Now people are going to pay more attention to you. You talk nothing but arrogant. You're so arrogant. And he's so arrogant that he will not even back down off his statement. He won't even apologize. And that's why he's losing all of his endorsements. He's going to be finished, yo. Good. Well, he's not going to be finished financially. But in this type of realm, enough of him. He's so enough. Kill your show, all your ads. I don't even want to see you anymore. And this is the way that they're going to silence him. White America is done, and that's why he's being silent.
Well, white America is not done with him because he's like what, 3rd in the Republican polls.
Yeah,
he's probably only 3 people.
No. It's
13.
It's the exact opposite. There's like 17 now.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why he's done. It's so ridiculous.
Right.
It's so so many of the Republicans have said nonsense. Jeb Bush just said some nonsense, I believe, a week and a half ago. Well, he said he's going to stand by the nonsense.
I think they said they took him out of...
Come on, man.
He took him out of quote or something like that.
He said what?
They took him out of quote. He was speaking on something as far as people working long hours that are part-time workers. They have to work extra hours, but they misquoted him. Allegedly.
See, you know what?
He said he's standing by it anyway.
And part of the issue and my running theme on this podcast, and that I'm just such a anti-Western philosophy of Mills and Locke, and it's that which I believe the type of thinking that Trump taps into goes along this line. And the line is that, you know, Republicans, for the most part, you know, being very abstract with it, don't want immigration to end because they have a lot of big business and that's a lot of free labor. And Democrats don't want it because a lot of these people tend to vote Democrat. So, you can change a lot of, districts and, you can change the government, by letting these people in. That's kind of the way you can kind of hear it from both sides. The way Democrats would say Republicans are, the way Republicans say Democrats are.
Which are crooked, by the way.
Yeah. But when you ask Donald Trump, all this labor that he has for his golf course and stuff, I'm sure it's it's non-citizen labor, illegal immigrants. They would say, okay, Americans don't want to do the job, and because the cost is so low. But
which is untrue, because there's so many people looking for a job, and there's so many people that will work.
Okay, but they say stuff like picking tobacco, which I used to do.
Yeah.
But it would probably be hard to find a grown black American in Bloomfield, Hartford area where we're from to pick tobacco. Because I know as a 15-year-old kid, it's cool because you're a kid. I don't know at 24 when I was looking for a job and I was at home for the summer, I don't think I'm picking tobacco. That's not.
But it's people fresh out of prison that can't get jobs. Maybe they would do that.
No, okay. Maybe they could or maybe they would, but let's be realistic. Do you think that? I mean, I know a lot of niggas coming out of prison. But I take that back. I know a few people who have come out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think one of them would do that because that's part of the problem. Is a lot of niggas do have too much pride. That's why niggas lose jobs that I've known because niggas have to get jobs like washing dishes or busting tables, and niggas talk to them a certain way. You can't talk to me a certain way. Fuck this job. It don't mean nothing anyway. So now you mean you gonna have a nigga like that out in the hot ass 80-degree sun picking tobacco
for the right wage?
Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted to tap into, E, right there.
The right wage.
Right.
The right wage changes things. You pay people, they'll work.
So now, how they drag it back. So now, E, how they drag it back to us and say, okay, well, I got to pay the right wage. Now, okay, you like buying, say, I know you don't buy cigarettes, E, but let's say, okay, fruit. You're a big fruit eater. You're like one of them natural niggas. Yeah. All right. Okay, so now, say if you buy strawberries, whatever size you buy strawberries, and they're $3, whatever that size. If I pay this person American a wage, now those strawberries are $5.50.
Yeah, but I'm buying the cherries from Whole Foods and
no. Okay, so no, say the cherries. Yeah. Now the cherries go from $3 to $5.50. So now, see, this is that whole, to me, that Western philosophy. Because now you're gonna say, okay, well, no, that's not good. Because they say, okay, they would say, well, the cost will have to be passed along to the consumer, and the consumer is you. And when you hear it said like that, you're like, well, I don't want to pay more. So, I don't really know what goes on, you know what I mean, where the cherries are picked. You don't know what the cherries you eat are picked. So, if they cheap, I'm going to go where they're cheaper. I'm not going to ask questions. Mm-hmm. But yet, we still complain about why aren't we getting a fair wage. But at the same time, we're defeating ourselves. Because we don't say, you know what, I'll pay a higher wage because... You know what? Because if that cherry picker makes like $14 an hour, that means other wages are going to rise. You know what I mean?
I do.
Other wages are going to rise, and other what do you call that? The standard and the conditions of working in the field will rise because if you have more people who have rights, because remember, if you're an immigrant. And your job is fucked up. You worked in a restaurant, E.
Yeah, I did.
Niggas make you work overtime and you're an immigrant. Niggas ain't saying shit.
They not. They don't have no voice. And that's fucked up. I hear what you're saying, but
exactly.
But fuck Trump though.
All right, so wait. After this break, Politic Ditto, we gonna get into the Cosby dispute.
Sad. So sad. It hurts my heart to talk about Dr. Cosby in this manner.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that we're here with Milo, who is in the bathroom right now because, watch this nigga get heated. He gonna get real Jamaican, all right? He's gonna get real second-generation Jamaican on us today, right? Yeah. You heard that? Yeah. All right, we're back. Politic Ditto. It's Bam, your boy E.
Just that.
And, we got Yard Massive.
That boy Milo on the check here.
And
so now we're about to embark on something that's been hurting us. When I say us, I say me and Ali, Milo.